Welcome back to the Targa Plateau, where US Marshal John Limping Johnson is attempting to disrupt a black ritual being performed by the Crimson Hand cult. The good news is that we have found the ritual chamber and the adjoining summoning door. That's about it for the good news. The bad news is that the darkness is only 2 steps away from escaping into the surrounding countryside, which will cause havoc in the local town of West Whithold. And furthermore, in the ritual chamber there are 7 Crimson Hand cultists. Now, we only just barely survived an ambush from 4 cultists, so I've not got my hopes up. John does now have a vendetta against cultists, so although I'm resigned to not succeeding at this mission, we are going to take down as many of these bastards as possible. Let's find out a little bit more about these particular cultists. They automatically have a Crimson Hand trait. Let's see what that is. Relic Raiders. Anytime a hero takes 5 or more wounds from Crimson Hand combat hits during the turn, roll a d6. On the roll of a 1 or a 2, the Crimson Hand steal the hero's highest gold value artifact. Discard and transfer to the Crimson Hand. This immediately counts as an extra artifact for the Sacred Artifact ability. So the first thing they would do is whip this deflection field from me, which isn't a massive hard loss since I don't have any Darkstone to power it at the moment anyway. The cultists will also have 2 elite abilities, one from the posse level and the other one from it being the final battle of this mission. So 2 and 6, that's Cult Veterans again, and Rockhal's Revenge. Draw 2 artifacts for the enemy group, gaining extra health for each. Wait, so they're going to have 3 artifacts? Alright, I am choosing to interpret that as draw 2 artifacts instead of 1 artifact. Anyway, let's see what they are carrying. A frozen isopod with $300, so that's going to be health 6. And a teleportation bracelet with 725, so that's going to put them on 13 health each. I can't even. Oh my goodness. Oh, let's go for it. Let's keep back the darkness. We do. The black ritual is in process, which means for each of these clues that we found, we roll 1 die, and on a 1 or a 2, things start pounding away at that summoning door. So there's 1. So we place 1 token here. Once there's 5 tokens, monsters will burst through. Ooh, John has the initiative. That makes a change. No grit for you. I'm going to throw some dynamite. John just has the strength to land it here. We need to see if it bounces. Need to get a 4 or better. Nope, it bounces. How many times? 2 times. Bounce number 1. 3. Diagonally that way, so I don't think it moves at all. And then 4 that away. Okay, kablooey! I'll have d6 wounds on you. 3. D6 wounds on you. That's capped at 3, and d6 wounds on you. Capped at 3. That's thanks to their endurance, which is a really, really annoying trait. Hi! Here they come! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's move them all. Okay, the cultists perform their assault by firing their rifles now, hitting on a 4 or better. Yeah, it's 2 hits to defend against. I need 3s or better. There we go, I have blocked them. 4 cultists can now punch and kick me. They roll 2 dice each, hitting on 4s. 4 to try and block. And I fail 1, they deal 3 damage each. There we go, so I do avoid having my deflection field being whipped off me. I see now perhaps the folly of throwing the dynamite, because all the wounded enemies are at the back, where I can't shoot them. I am doing this right, aren't I? I am facing off against 7 enemies, all with 13 health. This can't be right. Or what do we do? Play one more round, see if I can kill one of them? Alright, let's hold back the darkness. I don't. Add a growing dread card to the stack, there aren't any left. Right, I only have my shotgun to play with, so let's go for it. 4 for movement and 2 misses. Hey, I've no grit. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. We'll let them have their fun, and then I'm calling it quits. Okay, let's have them move. 7 rifles, all pointed at John. Kapow! 2 of the wounded cultists have hit me. I do not block 1. What is that damage then? The base damage is 5. With zealotry, that's an extra 3 damage. Oof. And then 2 of the others, I do block those. Right, melee. Surrounded on all sides. Crikey, Charlie, this does not look good. Okay, the wounded cultists, I need to block 3. Failed 1 of them. And the others failed 3. That is just so many wounds. That's a lot of wounds. Oh no. John's down and I've no more revive tokens. Why did I play that extra round? John, I blame you. Not only that, but they steal my deflection field as well. Oh crap, I was forgetting a fool's errand as well. They were dealing 1 extra damage on every hit. Well, I don't think that changed the outcome at all. Alright, let's limp away. And for the first time in this campaign, we are rolling on the injury chart. 5, a gouged eye. Ouch! Your vision is blurred and cloudy as one of your eyes has been scratched. You cannot get critical hits with your ranged attacks. John makes his journey back to West Whithold. Let's check for a hazard. Nope, we make it. However, the Black Ritual was completed, and unspeakable horrors rampaged across the land. Let's see what has happened to West Whithold. D3+1 locations are destroyed. So 2 locations. The blacksmith and the saloon. No, not the saloon. That's my favourite place. Don't ask. Alright, what shall we do? Right, I've got about $700. Let's stay at the hotel. I'm not happy about my eye injury. I like my critical hits, and I understand the doctor might be able to help with that, so I'll head over to the doc's office. Is there an event? 6. The smell of death, all too familiar at the doc's office, no event. Doctor, can you help me with this eye injury? Yes, for $200. That's nearly half my money, but I'll pay it. What do we do now? We roll a d6. Hopefully getting a 6. 4. Success! The injury or mutation is healed. Thank goodness. So, I don't get to wear a cool eye patch like Rooster Cogburn, but at least I can shoot straight now. I think what else we'll do at the doc's office is buy some healing herbs. $125, but they are a bit more potent than bandages and take up less space in my side bag. I don't think there's anything more I want from the doc's office. Still don't fancy being ejected, so we'll head back to the hotel. Right, let's see if there's a town event. Ooh, no. Okay, $10 for the hotel. What shall we do today? The general store, perhaps. Now, I know the double-barreled shotgun has been recommended to me, but it's out of my price range. But we'll go to pick up some specialty ammo. What is the event? 7. Flies are a-buzzing, the streets are filth. Business as usual. No event. We'll get some whiskey while we're here as well, I think. Let's get 2 bottles and a stick of dynamite. We've just got enough for some specialty ammo. The demon shot didn't really come into play last time. Let's go for void shot this time. Okay, there we go. And that's it. I'm pretty much out of money. We'll stay 1 more day to visit the bounty board. We'll check for an event. We're fine. Let's stay at the hotel. Over to the outpost. What's going on here? 10. The sound of bugles. Over the outpost walls, you can hear the bugles blare as the soldiers run training drills to be ready for the next Hellbat attack. Do not roll for a town event at the start of this day. At the end of this day, derp, in town. Alright, fair enough. It's the bounty board I want to visit. 1. No bounty again! Crikey Moses. Alright then. That's it. We're done in town. We don't need to roll for an event. It's on to the next adventure. Travelling from Westwithold to Hilltown. John is bushwhacked. Bushwhacked, I say. Captured by the Crimson Hand, you awake to find yourselves bound and gagged, watched over by cult guards. At the far end of the room, large wooden doors begin to shake and burst as some terrible creatures threaten to break through. Yes, we're going to play the second Crimson Hand mission, Captured. We begin this mission imprisoned on a random map tile, the boiler room. So here we are, John begins tied up in the boiler room, being watched over by 2 Crimson Hand guards. All of my equipment is taken away from me, with the exception of my personal item. These will be found in the armory. Oh, the tokens go as well. John begins tied up. He cannot activate until he makes a Cunning 6 or Strength 6 test at the beginning of the turn. The depth track. We begin at number 6. And as we explore, we work our way towards the mine entrance. As with the previous mission, we are using the theme card, Crimson Hand Adventure. And the other little rules, there's no gates to the target plateau for me. I can't flee, so it's death or glory. Grain Dread cards are played immediately. Summoned enemies, so when the darkness marker reaches a blood splatter or Grain Dread space, we get an ambush attack from a separate threat deck. This summoned creatures threat deck comprises of all the low threat void and demon enemies. So what do we do? How do we win this? Well, first of all, we need to untie ourselves, but after that, the first clue token we find will be the armory with our equipment, and subsequent clues will move the depth tracker closer towards the entrance. How many steps? We roll a peril die. Alright, let's begin. We do still have our old lantern, so let's try and keep back to darkness. Now, because we are starting in this middle section of the depth track, we need an 8 or better. So that's a failure. Here we go. Alright, we need to wriggle free of these ropes. I can make a cunning check or a strength check. Let's make a cunning check. Need to get a 6. There we go, we've escaped. John can now immediately activate. Let's make a movement roll. I don't add +1 to this because I'm not wearing my scout's hat. 1, 2, 3. I don't have a gun. That's all I can do. The guards can now act. So, these guards do not have the Sacred Artifact ability, which I guess is good. They don't get their extra health. But the posse level is now 4, so they do have 2 elite abilities. Double 6. I guess we'll re-roll that one. 6 and 2. I'm going to re-roll that 6 since they're not supposed to have any artifacts. This is Rokarl's revenge. So no, I want a different one. Thanks. 1. Long live the Order. Shihai. Wow, this makes them really tough. I can't deal more than 2 wounds per hit. The guards move to recapture me and make their assault. Rifles. 1 hit. My defense roll fails, so wow, rifles do 5 damage, don't they? Off to a cracking start. I need to remember that because I do not have my jacket, my health is 18, my sanity is 8. Alright, the guards can punch and kick me. They are veterans, so hitting on a 4 or better, so that's 3 hits. Let's resist those blows. Yep, John is fine. Next round, let's keep back the darkness. double one. Oh no, that's an ambush attack. Not a great time to be ambushed, game. Right, well this needs to be drawn from the common threat deck, which does not include any of the void or demon enemies. So it's going to be a harvester, a hell vermin, or cultists. It's going to be a bad day either way. Okay, one hell vermin. Rawr. This also gets 2 elite abilities, 2 and 3. Shadow Scurry, +2 defense against ranged attacks, and Fleshy Boils, +5 health. Right, the hell vermin has the initiative, so we'll bounce around this side and bite at me. Hitting on 4s. 1 hit. Let's try and defend against that. I do. Okay, John, you have the initiative now. All you have are your punch and kicks. So let's try and take out one of these guards. Hit on a 4 or better, that's no good, is it? Let's spend a grit. Oh, speaking of grit, I forgot to roll for movement. 4, fantastic. Alright, let's re-roll those melee attacks. Alright, okay. Still missing. Right, okay, on to the guards then. Alright, so we'll shuffle them around a little bit, and then they can make their rifle attacks. 1 hit. Can I tough it off? No. 5 more wounds. Alright, they get their melee attacks now. 2 hits. Come on, John, resist. You do. On to the next round. We keep back the darkness. Oh, I tell you what. I forgot to do Fear for John from the Hell Vermin. Let's do that now. It's 2 horror hits. I fail 1. Okay, the Hell Vermin bounces around to here, bites at me. 1 hit. Defense roll for John. I fail. What does that mean? It's 4 damage. Right, John activates. Let's remember Fear from the Hell Vermin this time. I failed both. Right, let's roll for movement. Some grit would be nice. No? Alright. I think what I will do is try and move those. Let's make an escape check. That's not enough to get away from the Hell Vermin. I don't have my Gloves of Shardrin to re-roll that, so... Alright, let's punch and kick. It's all we can do. A miss, and a miss. Double 1 again. Well, there's literally nothing I can do about that, so we move on to the cultists who dance around me and fire their rifles. That's going to be 1 hit with a rifle. I'm going to use I don't think so to take a corruption hit to force them to re-roll that hit. Alright, so my corruption hit first. I pass, and then you can re-roll that 6, Mr. Cultist. Oh, come on. This game hates me so bad. Alright, there, punches and kicks. 1 hit. I do not block it. How much damage is that? 2. 3, sorry. Puts me on 17 wounds. Okay, next round. Let's keep back the darkness. We don't. It's a blood splatter, so this could be more monsters joining. There's only 1 of me, so on a 1 to a 3 on a die roll I'm attacked. So I want a 4, 5, or 6 here. Nope! We are being ambushed by 6 void spiders. There we go. Isn't that lovely? That's lovely. What elite abilities do they have? 5 and 6. Vicious Bite and Deadly Venom. Okay. On with the round. Hell Vermin bites at me. Scoring 1 corruption hit, so let's make a willpower save first, which I pass. John makes his defense roll and passes. Onto the void spiders. Well, how many have we got attacking me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, when I moved, I should have stuck close to the wall. I'm completely surrounded. Bad move. Okay. 10 bites. 8 hits. I defend all but 1. They do 2 damage. But I think... Yes, I think that is enough. That is enough to knock me down, isn't it? Why is this happening? Right, we'll use a revive token. Get 1 grit and back up on our feet. Okay, back up you get, John. Right, John, you can act. So first of all, are you scared of the hell vermin? No, you're brave. Movement roll. 3, fantastic. Punches and kicks. Let's see if you can miss entirely for the third turn running. 1 hit. Gonna use a grit. See if we can get another hit. Reroll that 1. 2 hits. Right, I'm gonna see if I can take out a cultist. So we'll direct both hits towards this fellow here. They have 2 in defense. D6 for damage. 0 damage. Absolutely nothing. Alright, now the cultists have their fun. Don't know why I'm just swapping them over, just for the sake of moving them. Rifles. Both miss. Punches and kicks. 2 hits. Can we defend? Only against 1, so that's 3 damage. And that's it, end of the round. On to the next one. I can't even run away. I have to play it through until I'm dead. Okay. We do keep back the darkness. Hell Vermin. Hell Vermin hits on a 4 better, so the beastie misses me. Void Spiders, so another 10 dice to roll. Vicious Bites. Hitting on 3s. Okay, defense rolls for John. I fail 1, so with the deadly venom, the Void Spider deals 4 damage. Okay, John. Do you want some grit? No. Okay. Punches and kicks. 2 misses. I am actually cursed, aren't I? I just can't seem to get a break. Alright. Cultists, fire their rifles. That's going to be 2 hits. Oh, I forgot John's fear. Let's just sneak that in now. He takes 2 sanity damage. Then let's defend against the rifle shots. Fails 1, it's 5 damage. I'll use I don't think so again. Let's take a corruption hit. Take a corruption point. But the cultist will re-roll that rifle hit. Same again! Same again. Fate is just mocking me at this point. The Crimson Hand guards punch and kick at me, scoring 0 hits. End of the round! Start a new one. Hold up the old lantern. And fail. I don't think I'm going to get out of this boiler room, am I? It's not going to happen. Alright, Hell Vermin. Bite at me. Ooh, and miss. That's fine with me. I'll move on to the Void Spiders. That's 7 to defend against. Failed 3. And it's 4 damage each. That's 12 damage. Which, yeah, it's going to knock me down again. Spend our second and final revive token. It'd be amazing if I can just kill 1 enemy, or even land a blow at this point. Okay, back up you get, John. You get to punch at something now. Feel free to roll a 1 for grit, if you want some. No? Alright. Right, go ahead and punch and kick. Scoring 1 hit. We'll use the grit to reroll that. 2 hits. Alright, we'll see if we can get lucky and knock out a guard. Damage rolls. Nothing. That's good, but because of their endurance, that's capped at 2. Yeah, I really needed that to be 2 solid blows. Right, the guards can shoot at me now. Both of them hit. I do not defend against either, so the wounded cultist will be dealing 5 damage and then 3 damage from the other. 8 damage. There we go. Did I forget fear again? I did, didn't I? Let's make some willpower saves. Failed 1. End of the round. Let's start a new one. Hold up the old lantern. 7. That's going to be a failure. So we're on to another darkness splat. So could be another ambush from summoned creatures. On a 1, 2, or 3. I'm going to have some more monsters join the party. Yeah, why not? Why not? Okay. Oh, a Night Terror and some Stranglers. Yeah, well, you'll have to wait your turn, buddy. 4 Stranglers. All right, here we are. Look at this. What fun. So, Stranglers, you'll have to take a ticket and wait your turn. Hell Vermin, you get 3 bites at me. One of which is a corrupting bite. Let's make a test for corruption. I'm okay. And then 1 regular hit, which John does defend. Spiders! So many bites! Let's defend. Failed 2, so that is a lovely 8 damage from deadly venom. What does that put me on? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, so the next 2 wounds will kill me. Next is the Night Terror, who will have to wait, and then it's John. Now, John, I know things look bleak, but if you're really lucky, you might just escape. Do you want to roll for some grit? We get a grit. John needs to make 4 willpower checks from the Hell Vermin's Fear and the Night Terror's Terror. So takes 3 sanity loss. Alright, land some solid punches on this cultist here. You're going to go down fighting no matter what. 2 misses. We'll spend that grit. 2 hits. Right, the first blow on this cultist, dealing 1 damage. That's enough. They only have a health of 3. Kapow! XP, so that's 40 base XP because of the 2 elite abilities, plus 10 for cleaning up the West, plus 10 for my vendetta against cultists. So that is 60 XP, and we're cleaning up the West with take off a wound for what it's worth. The second blow will land on a Void Spider to see if we can take one out. 2 damage, that's not enough. Okay, the remaining guard will shoot at me, missing, and then land some melee strikes. Both hit. I do not defend against either. He's not wounded, so that's going to be 6 damage total. That's going to be enough to take John out. Well, that was certainly a thing that happened, wasn't it? Failure. Each hero must roll once on the mutation chart. This will be my first experience with the mutation chart. It's a D36, so yellow is the 10s. 61. Darkstone Allergy. At the start of each of your activations, take 1 hit for every Darkstone shard and item with a Darkstone icon you are carrying. That's awful. Alright, next. I failed my mission before I found the armory, so now I have to roll a d6 for each item and token, and on a 1 or a 2, it's lost in the struggle to escape and discarded. Oh boy, okay, let's check for the shotgun first, because without his shotgun, John is useless and he should retire. So it all hinges on this die roll. His shotgun is missing. So John, that is it for you. It's time to hang up your badge. Let's see what injury you're retiring with. 1, ripped apart. You are torn to pieces or crushed beyond recovery. It is a sad day when a hero falls. Your hero is dead. So not even a retirement for John. That is it. That is the final nail in the coffin. So rest in peace, John Liver-Eating Johnson. You have eaten your last liver. What to do next? Roll up another hero, I guess. So there we are, the end of a chapter. I think John did pretty well for a solo hero. He got to level 4, but ultimately we failed to stop the Crimson Hand. But we will have our revenge one day. We shall return to this. Thank you for watching, everyone. See you next time.